What's up, bitches?
What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, busy. I've been playing Super Smash Bros.
Dude, you've been smashing a lot?
Dude, I'm so good now.
Really?
I am so fucking good at that game now.
Yeah?
Because Brian used to beat me a lot because he like thought he was like cute and shit. Mm-hmm. And now I just whoop his ass every time. Because I've got my two fucking big dick boys, Crom and Snake.
Okay.
Depending on whatever map I'm on. And
so you're getting it down to a science now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I told you I'm not fucking around.
I used to play on my GameCube when I was probably like 8.
Me too.
And then since then, there's so many characters, I don't even know what most of them do now.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, but it's fun. What are your top 3 video games of your childhood?
Oh, fuck.
I'm pretty sure I know.
That's a good question. You tell yours, and then I'll think about it.
Okay. Like GameCube, Xbox 360, and Wii. Those
Xbox 360?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with number 1, Super Smash Bros. I mean, there's no... You played that game, right? Mm-hmm. Where you have to fight the hand at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was lit.
And that was a grind.
I'll probably say number 1 for me, Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that was 2 for me.
Yeah.
That's 2 for me.
Dude, the campaign.
You can't...
I saw a TikTok yesterday, and it was like, POV, you're watching this for the first time, or you're playing this for the first time, and it's the scene where it's the astronaut in space, and then there's like that explosion, and he's like...
Yeah.
Getting pulled away, dude. That shit gave me goosebumps.
That fucking game.
So
I don't know
good.
why, but it was so great. It was just like
everything.
But like, tell me why it's great,
dude. I mean, the story was so complicated, and you had characters that you were attached to.
True, that's true.
You know, like Ghost. Everybody loved Ghost.
But then why was Modern Warfare 3 not good?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
It just wasn't the same. That's the same thing with Modern Warfare, like the original one. It wasn't as good as Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion.
Dude, Modern Warfare 2 just hit the fucking G spot, man.
Oh yeah,
that shit was amazing. That's number 2. Number 3. Did you ever play Star Fox?
No, but I know what that is,
bro. Oh my fucking god.
Ooh, if we're talking about kids, like whenever I was a kid, I would probably say Sonic was one of my favorites.
I could never figure those games out.
Really?
They were like, I don't know. And also like, Sonic just rolled up in a fucking ball. Star Fox like had the gun. He had the fucking ship. He got bitches.
Nah, but you could play as different characters. Like the Black Sonic, I forgot which one that guy was. He was...
Shadow.
Yeah, he was fucking badass.
Yeah,
he's badass.
I played that game. But yeah, that's probably you just couldn't get... You're going to have to plug your computer.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and get that going. We've been having technical issues today. Hunter has been getting flustered, and I have not seen him in such a state in a long time. Let's fix this clusterfuck going on here, huh? Fuck is this shit? Alright, I don't want to fuck anything up. Fuck it. I don't care. Alright, we're good. We're back. But yeah, man, video games.
Dude.
I recently beat... Nobody's going to know what any of this means. But I play this game called Sekiro, where you're like a samurai.
Is that game that you were playing in your room whenever I walked in?
Yep.
You said it's similar to... what's that new game that everybody's going crazy about?
Elden Ring.
Yeah. You said it's made by the same developers, right?
Yeah, it's the same guy. And I beat... You have, like, gauntlets, right? Like, so you have to beat, like, different bosses all in a row without dying. I did the super gauntlet, which was every single boss and their upgraded version.
Really?
In a row.
Did you die?
Nope.
Really?
I'm fucking...
I don't know anything about it, but that sounds impressive.
It is. Tremendously.
Yeah.
I'm not bad at anything.
Oh, dude, I forgot. Okay. Modern Warfare, number 1. Modern Warfare 2, number 1. 2 is definitely Skyrim. I fucking loved Skyrim.
It was too slow for me.
Really?
And I really don't like that medieval shit unless it's like Game of Thrones.
Dude. Speaking of Game of Thrones, have you seen the new House of Dragon? Both of them?
It's crazy.
Dude, I love it.
It's good shit.
Rhaenyra is like...
Bad bitch.
I love her. She's like cute in her own like unique way. It's not like you would look at her and be like, oh, she's hot as fuck.
Well, she's 22, so she's not underage. We can say
I
whatever we want
know.
about her.
Trust me.
I would rail her cheeks
had to look that up for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Because she's playing a 15-year-old.
And she looks young.
And she could definitely go for a 15-year-old.
So I felt bad for a second.
Yeah, I was like,
then I looked
who's
her
this
up.
bitch? And then you look her up and I'm like, okay.
And she's Australian.
Really?
Yeah. But she pulled the fuck up. This is a spoiler. She pulled the fuck up on the dragon, got the egg.
Yeah.
When her father...
No bloodshed.
Her father was told not to because it's too dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And she big dick her own dad.
He is a pussy. The king is a big pussy. He's very well respected. I understand that he doesn't want to go to war or anything like that, but he needs to be more assertive sometimes.
Well, yeah, now he's the black guy's jumped ship, literally.
Yeah.
And he's
knew
going
that
back.
he was talking to Damon.
I didn't know that.
Before they panned it over to him, you didn't.
Oh yeah, no, I said that's
No,
Damon.
whenever and then they showed him, and I was like,
dude, this guy, he's been in like a couple things. He was in this movie called Last Night in Soho.
Who, Damon or the black
actor.
guy? Oh, okay.
And he looks like a Cro-Magnon, man. What's his name? Like his eyebrow bones are so fucking pronounced. It's crazy.
And his eyebrows are like really light colored. So
yeah, so he looks like he has like alopecia and he has just bulging eyebrow bones. All right, let's see.
I don't know if that's just... Is that just the show or...
No, that's how he is in real life. All right. You gonna say who was fucking played by? I don't know. Matt Smith. What a fucking white
Smith?
name. Jeez. Matt Smith. I'm surprised he made it with that fucking name.
No, but Davis, one of our good friends, he mentioned how in the last series, what's his name? The little fucker that nobody liked, he got poisoned. Joffrey.
Yeah.
And Joffrey basically like spoils the whole end of the show.
How?
It was a Reddit post. It was funny. It was like Joffrey spoils the show a decade before it even comes out. It's whenever they're like under in the sect where it's like all of the buried bodies and like the statues of like people from way in the past. Mm-hmm. And I forgot who he was down there with, but he was explaining. He was like, yeah, this is Rhaenyra Targaryen, and she died like this.
Oh, fuck. So she dies?
I mean, I can tell you if you want. It's not...
No. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That'll ruin the show for me.
Yeah.
It's a good show, though.
I don't think it'll ruin the show because, like, since I know... it's in the books, too.
Yeah.
Apparently, this show is going to be, like, by the books instead of them fucking up the whole franchise again.
Well, good. They learned a lesson.
Yeah, because I read that George R.R. Martin is, like, really confident in this first season. He, like, loves it. So
will there be multiple seasons of this, of the House of the Dragon?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they already renewed for season 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I looked, it said it's the highest grossing TV show by HBO Max, like a new series.
Huh. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, it brought all the fans from Game of Thrones and more. You know?
I don't know why so many people, I've never really been into like the medieval knights shit. Like I've always liked Japanese stuff more. But they've never really done it with the Japanese. Like name a movie that's like Japanese medieval
The
times.
Last Samurai.
Yeah, but that was like Civil War.
No,
era.
I'm kidding because it's like fucking Tom Cruise or something being a samurai.
And it was a good movie. But
I've never seen it.
it was a good movie. I saw it. But it was also like I'm pretty sure that was like right after the American Civil War or some shit. Like it wasn't even like, and I'm talking 1400s, fucking ninjas, the lower class going against the royal elite samurai, and you could do this. This is a good time to do this right now because right now the class divide in America is so blatant and large.
Yeah.
That this could be very symbolic.
I don't know, man. I've always loved medieval shit.
I don't know. It's just like repetitive to me, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like British people, elves, fucking your cousin. You have to, you know, he's like 50 and he's about to marry a fucking 12-year-old.
Oh.
You know? It's just like I've had enough.
Yeah.
Put it down.
I don't know, man. I love it.
Okay.
Like The Last Kingdom, that was a damn good TV show. Mm-hmm. Vikings, I've only seen a few episodes of that, but it's pretty.
Never watched that
pretty
one.
good.
I heard it's good though. Mm-hmm. But have you seen the sororities are now not necessarily at our school, but my sister goes to TCU, and so she's sending me all the sorority recruitment videos.
Yeah,
and they're all just like dance offs. Like it's like you're not. Mm-hmm. You would think that you'd advertise as like we get the most dick, we get the hottest bitches, we have the best parties. But, well, I would say we have the best philanthropy, but no sorority girl gives a fuck about that. But instead they're just dancing. They just have dance offs, and it's
just
crazy.
Shaking their ass.
Yeah, they're just like Rush, Cap Delta.
Yeah,
fucking popping that pussy everywhere.
Yeah, I saw one today. It was just like, it was like 4 of them up front dancing their asses off, and then like there's 30 girls behind them with their flashlight just going like that.
Yeah, and they're just like fucking vibing in the ground because the 4 are the hot bitches. They're the ones that have been selected.
Yeah, the one in the front was like the best one.
Oh yeah,
and of course she had to be hot as fuck.
Yeah, it's so funny to me.
Yeah,
it's like that's where America's gone. But I feel like for a long time now, Greek life has been possibly the best asset you can get from college.
Oh, yeah, especially at a smaller college like ours.
Yeah. But even at a bigger college. Like, name any other point in history, and in recent history, where you got to just go on a 4-year-long bender, fuck as many people as possible, get blacked out drunk, not give a fuck about anything.
With these best friends that you've made
best
for
friends.
life, you know?
Yeah. And you were like forced into this just giant fuck fest. The girls are throwing pussy. The guys are slinging dick. Everybody's ready to fuck. All you got to do is just present it.
Yeah.
You just got to go here on the platter. And
whip it out.
Literally on the table.
Elephant trunk.
And somebody will come and take it. I once saw, I was at TCU visiting my sister in Fort Worth. And this is a very rich, white college town. Like her, one, I don't know if it was the guy next door or whatever, or a couple doors down in her dorm, was the son of The Bachelor. The guy who hosted The Bachelor.
Really?
What's his name? I can't remember his name.
I don't fucking know.
He was the son of The Bachelor. Like, these are the type of people that go there. And so,
It's in Texas, right?
Yeah, Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
I was talking to Ava. We were at some big party. It was some fraternity. I can't remember. And then in the corner of my eye, I see a spectacle. And it was this big oaf, Patrick the Star, barely evolved human thing.
Yeah, he's still a Magikarp.
Yeah, just like level 1 human. And he's talking to some girl, and she's hot, which is the surprising thing about it. And he's just like Shrek, like a dumb Shrek.
Yeah.
Like not the Shrek that's funny, just like, ooh. And so he's talking to her. He is literally drooling out of his mouth. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there's drool coming out of his mouth. And he's like talking to her. He's like, and she is eating it up
Oh, I'm sure.
She's eating it up. They're going to fuck later.
It's got to be on like the football team or some shit.
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was. No, this was like he was a not fat but big boned, out of shape for sure. Mm-hmm. Very big fella. Did not look like he was athletic at all. The only athletics he was doing was lifting up the funnel to fucking chug beer. And I was talking to Ava. Ava had her back face towards him, and I was like, Ava, look. And she looked over there, and she spit her fucking drink out. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Wow.
But that sums up Greek life.
It does. It does.
You stoop to a low, but you're also at your all-time high. Mm-hmm. You know? Everything's excused. It's this hedonistic, just clusterfuck sex fest.
It's like the people who are most popular in high school, you know, they come to college and they're like, let's do this shit all over again.
Exactly. But it's also like we knew people who, because we're in a fraternity. Now our fraternity is very different because we don't have a lot of money. We don't have a fraternity house. We don't have any of that shit.
I feel like we care more about ritualistic aspects as well.
Mm-hmm. But we know a lot of guys who were shy and like, you know, not good at socializing, had no confidence. And then they, you know, get in a fraternity and then
turn them into men.
Yeah, you turn them into men because we fuck them.
And then now they're just going around burning it down.
Yeah, they're taking over the world.
Burning it down.
Oh, are we singing that song? We were singing that song earlier. Didn't you have some kid approach you and say that was the best song he's ever heard?
I went to go visit my brother in Athens because he just moved up there. He's a sophomore now, and he's going to eventually transfer over, but he's going to Oconee right now. And we went to some pregame where all of his friends were one female, by the way. Oh. This is like that stage where they're still, like, they're just making friends. Mm. And they're, like, figuring their own shit out.
Yeah.
And I was like, where are all the bitches? And they were like, we don't have any yet.
Yeah, we're dry.
Like, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And,
we're getting there.
Yeah, there was one bitch there.
Was she a dyke?
No, she was pretty cute.
Oh.
But, like, nobody was even trying to even, like, get with her. What was I fucking saying?
The kid about the song.
Oh yeah,
the song that goes. By the way,
he was just playing country little
hanging
song.
Around, burning it down.
All right, I don't think we can say any more than that, or we're gonna get a copyright strike.
This show has 5 views.
Hey, one day, you know, they'll go
whatever,
back.
Maybe
they'll be like, oh, we have to binge all of their old shit.
Well, by then we'll have a lot of money. We can just say fuck off. Anyway, continue with the story.
He was playing country music, and it's like, for a pregame, it's cool if it's like a little bit of country music at first. But it got to be like 30 minutes of straight country music. And I was like, bro, like, I'm going to play one more country song, and then I'm switching the vibe.
Fuck yeah.
And I played Burning It Down. And after the song was over, this guy came up to me just like as fuckboyish as you can be. And had his backwards cap and everything. I mean, just like me, dude. Except I'm not a fuckboy, or I wouldn't.
Yeah, you are. You're a pussy
slayer. You know, I might rebrand myself. Just get a little, go down the slip and slide for a little bit. But he came up to me. He was like, dude, that song right there, I fucking love that song. Like, you have such a great taste of music because you played that. Like, dude, you're the man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the fuck is up.
That's the type of country that a lot of those type of people like. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, the Luke Bryan, Brian Brown, all the names sound the same.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. All the names sound the same, and all the songs sound the same. Mm-hmm. It's all shit.
Well, you know, one thing that I learned, actually, which I found very interesting, is with hip-hop, you have producers, you have thousands of different producers out there trying to make a name for themselves. When it comes to country music, so my mom dates this guy who used to be in a band. And, well, he's still in the band. but he's been in like the rock and roll business for a long time. And he said that there's only like a few bands that play every country song. Like they'll go in and they'll record hella different instrumentals. But they're like the only few bands that do it. Because like if you look it up, I've tried to look it up, there's not like many country instrumentals you can just go and get.
Yeah.
Like it's like these guys are going to the studio and then they're dishing all of them out to like the biggest artists.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, country's really a talentless genre now.
Dude,
I'm just going to be honest.
I feel like
Everything sounds the same.
I could kill that shit. Dude, you heard my mock country
you're
song?
good because it's funny.
Yeah.
But mainstream country, everything sounds the same.
And
it is about a truck, a dog, a beer, a guitar. That's it. An ex-girlfriend.
The only good thing I would say it comes from country is like the melody in their voice, but I feel like it's easily mimic, like easily replicable.
It's just repetitive.
It's just repetitive how I make this damn old song.
Exactly.
And I'm high because I got a dip and hit the bong.
That was
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
That was very good. Good shit, man.
Got a fat white trash whore. Take off your thong.
This is why I like rap more, because you can do funnier shit with rap. Like country is just so bad. And it used to be okay when I was drunk because like I would just drink.
I will
and
say
not
that I
listen
do
to
like
it.
some country songs. Like there's a good bit.
No, not true. Used to be.
Like what's that fucking?
There's like Coulter Wall, and that's it.
What's that one? It's like In the Orange or Orange some
I have
shit.
no idea.
I don't fucking know.
I like despise
like
the
Luke
genre of
Bryan.
country. I really do listen to everything. I even listen to pop
Well, I have no choice.
sometimes.
See, the thing is with me is I have no choice. I used to never listen to country music. And now I work at a moonshine still factory.
Well, can't you put the pods in?
Huh?
The AirPods?
I lost them.
Bruh, you and Brian.
Yeah.
Did I tell you Brian came over, I think, Saturday night. I handed him his wallet as he was leaving. And then he shows up to my house Sunday morning, and he's like, I can't find my wallet, bro. And I was like, I handed it to you as you fucking left. And he's like, I know. I don't know where it is. And I was like, well, put a tile in it or something when you get it. He's like, I did, but I lost the tile. Which I don't even know how that's possible. If you lose a tile, I mean, that's basically like losing your car. Like just being like, I don't know where I left it.
Yeah.
It's gone. I mean, this guy. And then he's like,
Well,
okay,
that's the
well, I'm going
thing
to go
with-
look for it at my house. He comes back 2 hours later. He's like, it's got to be here.
Even though you handed it to him.
Even though I handed it to him.
As he left.
Yeah.
So he just looked here for like 10 minutes and was like,
Well, it's not here.
yeah.
It's not here.
I mean, were you just telling him the whole time, like, hey,
Yeah.
I fucking gave it to you?
And he's like, well, I've been looking at my house. I've been looking in my car, and I can't find it.
See, I used to be really bad about that stuff. Now I'm a lot better with keeping up with my shit.
Well, good. You did clean your room, which I'm very proud of you
did.
for doing.
I did. I was gonna probably clean my car later.
Yeah.
'Cause I got so much shit in my car. Dude, there is a bear in our neighborhood that keeps fucking up our trash.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like,
We all
at
do live on
first,
top of a mountain.
yeah, at first it was just, it would drag it like 10 feet away into the grass, and that was fine. But now, the past few times, this motherfucker has dragged the bag down this deep-ass ravine to the point where our neighbor, like, came over, or he, like, called him, or our neighbor called our landlord and was like, I don't know what's going on. I think they're throwing trash down the hill. And And we were like, what the fuck? And then we noticed it. And our landlord called us, and we were like, no, we are not doing that. And then a few days later, the neighbor came over and apologized. He was like,
Yeah.
He was like, hey, honestly, like now that I'm here, it makes no logical sense that y'all would be chucking trash down the ravines.
That's why you shouldn't be a fucking snitch.
Well, he was like, yeah, thinking about it, dude, like y'all would have had like Olympic javelin throws to throw it that far, because it's like deep in that bitch, all dispersed. And he was like, my bad, man. My wife literally just had a kid last week, and she's been off the rails about it, and I don't know what we were thinking, because y'all wouldn't do that. And we were like, fuck no.
How sad is it that they have a kid and they're living next to a house filled with fraternity men? How sad would that be? I've always thought of how dismal it would be to raise a family in this town.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
To have a single shit Walmart.
I mean, to have fraternity guys next to me wouldn't be as bad as living in Dahlonega.
True.
Nugget Central.
But then you double it up, and it's even worse.
She's like, last night, I fucking was driving home from work, and there's a police car stopped in the middle of the road, and there's a tow truck, like, lining up with this car in front of the cop car. And the lights are so fucking bright, it's pitch black, so I can barely see, but I pull up behind the cop car, and I can see this cop tackling this guy to the ground, like putting cuffs on him forcibly.
Where?
On Aurora, like right next to where you turn onto our road. Like, and I'm trying to get around, and as I'm driving by, the two passengers are just sitting there like, fuck, dude, there's like hella opened cans of beer on the top of the hood, and I knew they were fucked.
Yeah.
And then the driver, I guess, was just
trashed,
just
swinging,
just
throwing hands,
fucking being violent as hell.
Damn, man.
I saw him get thrown in the police car, and then I was like, all right, I want to go home. So I just like crept around them.
Well, dude, I mean, like, you know, I don't really like cops. I'm not the biggest fan, but like, the best course of action is not to just instantly start boxing the cop when you don't like the outcome. No. That's probably not the best thing to do. Now, if you want to...
Even if you're like blackout, I would never even think to do that.
Oh, no.
Like what are you gonna gain out of that? What do you expect? Like you're gonna sock him and he's gonna get knocked out and you just run away?
Yeah.
Like no, he's gonna he might get hit.
Yeah.
But he's trained to fucking tase your ass immediately as that happens.
Dude, this reminds me of a story. So, freshman year, spring break, not freshman in college, freshman in high school.
Oh, wow.
So I'm 15. No, I'm fucking 14.
God.
14 years old. And I'm in spring break. We're with our friend's dad staying in a condo at Panama City Beach. And so we had no trouble getting alcohol. Like, we would just run around. We'd be like, yo, what's the move? And they'd be like, 452. And we'd be like, fuck yeah, we're coming. And then we'd get there, and it'd be like a room full of, like, black guys and black bitches throwing ass on the counter, and then, like, just guns everywhere. And then we were like, oh, okay, like, whatever. We didn't think it was a big deal. And then they were like, y'all want a shot? And we were like, yeah, sure, why not? They were like, okay, give us $30, we'll give you a shot. And we were like, okay. Gave them $30 to give us a shot. They fucked us. And so then, but anyway, we got this like old, I'm pretty sure homeless black dude who's like missing teeth and shit to go buy us a liquor bottle from the Walmart liquor store in Panama City. We walked with him, all that shit. We were so fucking dumb. And all we had to hide it was this laundry bag. Like, you know, like a gym bag, like the thin ones. Nothing in it. So when we got the bottle, you could see a clear outline of the liquor bottle in the bag. And so my friend's carrying it. My other friend has the receipt of the purchase, and he's like just playing with it in his hands. And so I see a cop walking towards us out of nowhere. And then I like turn around and I'm like, there's another fucking cop with German Shepherds. And then like I look across the street, there's another cop. And I was like, we're fucked. We're about to be fucked.
Damn.
Like we're done for. So he comes over and he's like, what's in the bag? And my friend like puts his hat, like he takes off his hat. He's like, oh, just clothes. And like tries to like make it look better. And then he's like, what's in the bag? And like, you don't have to tell them. We didn't know that. We were just like, we're not going to give ourselves up that easily.
Yeah.
And so then he like turns his attention away from the bag and he looks at my friend playing the receipt. He's like, what are you rolling up there? He thought it was weed.
Oh,
and he's like, just a receipt? And he's like, oh, okay, never mind. Y'all are fine. And so then we walk back and dude, this is like the most...
You think... What kind of... I mean, I'm sure he's seen hella shit, but like, why would you roll up right in front of a cop?
Well, no, it was a receipt. He was just playing with it.
No, I know,
So the
but
guy-
why
oh,
would
yeah,
the
yeah.
cop think that?
I don't know. We probably fucking would have. We were 14 dumb, retarded kids.
Yeah.
And this is even better. So we put it was blueberry Smirnoff. I'll never forget it. We put it in a water bottle. We were all supposed to share it. I didn't share it. I chugged that bitch. And I got so hammered so quick. Mm-hmm. And they took me back because I was like done for. And I was just puking off the fucking balcony. And this is when I was young. So I was a tank with alcohol. And so I was like still conscious, even though I was like just out. And so they were like, we're putting you to bed. We're going back out, bitch. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'll show you. So I set a 30-minute timer on my phone.
Oh.
And then they left. And I like woke up to the timer. I was like, all right, time to go. So I forgot to put my clothes on. I don't know how I managed to do this cognitively. I forgot to put my clothes on, but I woke up to the timer and then said, let's go out and party again.
Yeah.
Because it's all that registers in a 14-year-old drunk kid's mind.
Like you're butt-ass naked, or?
No, I have underwear on.
Oh, God.
That's it. So I go to the lobby, and the lobby's about as far as I made it because they found me in the lobby like 2 hours later when they were coming back, and I was just cashed. I was just out.
In the lobby?
And then I like woke up. Like it felt like every time I was sleeping, it just like instantly went to the next moment. Like you ever had that? Mm-hmm. Like where you go to sleep and then you like feel like you woke up 2 seconds later, but it's like been 8 hours.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, what have I done? What did I do? Like I remember everything, but I was like, did I really just do that? It was crazy. I was a shithead as a 14-year-old.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was my Four Loko drinking period.
Dude, my first time drinking ever, I was in like 8th grade, I think. Might have been 9th grade. I'm not sure. But I fucking took some of my dad's Tito's, and me being a fucking dumb kid like you, I had no idea like you had to mix it with anything. So I just straight up poured it in a water bottle. And just went up in my room, started sipping on
How
that
old were
shit.
you?
Like fucking 14.
Damn, man. Yeah.
And I got like down, I downed like half the bottle.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling like super fucking bad, dude. I was like, my whole world was spinning.
Yeah.
And I like got up because I knew I was about to throw up. I got up and I just like fucking run into the wall. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, what is wrong with me right now? And I go up to the toilet and I just fucking yacked for like 10 minutes. And then I sat back down and I was like, fuck, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. Dude, my first time drinking, it was with my best friend Brady at the time. And he had a friend named Briggs. And Briggs' mother was a real piece of shit. and she
I've been over to his house multiple times.
You've been over there? Mm-hmm. We're probably going to have to beep that out. Whatever. I don't care. And so his mom had like enough alcohol to kill an entire army of fucking men in her basement. But she kept it locked. This was the one responsible thing she did as a mother. Okay. She put a triple bolt thing on the door. And so I'll never forget this, dude. I will never forget this. Mm-hmm. We dead ass took the lock off, unscrewed the fucking hinges on the lock,
really?
Took it off to get to this basement. I was such a piece of shit. And so my first drink was 10 shots of Kettle One vodka.
Jesus.
10 shots. I was 13.
That sounds awful.
That shit knocked me on my ass. Then we heard, because he had a little brother. His brother called his mom.
Isn't he like autistic or something?
I think he has Asperger's. So the mom, we hear the garage door, and he's like, my mother's here. And we're like, fuck.
Just like drunk as fuck.
Drunk as fuck. So I sprint out that bitch, and this just looks horrible because there is beer cans everywhere, liquor everywhere. We that has tapped into her keg, everything. We took the fucking hinges off the lock and just left it there to get in this bitch's basement. And then we just dipped. Dude, I feel so bad for doing that, but it was so fun. I got hammered.
Yeah.
It was great.
Dude, I think it might have been like the next time I ever drank after that first time. I was over at Ellis's house.
Yeah.
And this is back when me, him, and a couple other of our buddies were like on the same baseball team. And this is the first time I saw like a wide variety of liquor. We go over to his dad's office, and his dad's office has like this cabinet that opens up. Straight different kinds of liquor. We're taking shots of gin, like brandy, vodka, every fucking different type of alcohol you can think of just to like try it.
Yeah.
We were fucking thraxed. Like we sat down and watched Netflix, and it was like the whole screen was just like,
oh yeah, man. Those are the best nights.
Mm-hmm. But that was like after his parents went to sleep, so we knew we were good.
Yeah. Dude, I would do that. I'll never forget. We're gonna get on a lot of drunk stories here. Yeah. That might be the entire episode. But there was this. I had my friends over, and it was. I'm gonna just name them because it's not a bad story. It was Nemo, Trey, Worth. Some of the people. I'm probably going to bleep those out, actually, because there is some incriminating shit. And so, my friend was fucking this one bitch. And I'll tell you who it is later, because it'll make sense. Mm-hmm. And so he invited her over the next day. She came with another girl who fucked my other friend the night before, who had a boyfriend. So she didn't want to come in the house too much. And so
Hose,
she
man.
What?
Hose, man.
Hose. For the streets, man. And so she came over, but she just dropped off her friend because she didn't want to come in the house because she had a boyfriend with her. And her friend's fucking hammered. This bitch is hammered. Mm-hmm. And we were 15 at the time. Yeah, 15. And so it's like 2 a.m. My parents are asleep. We're in the basement. We're drunk as fuck. Like we've had like 2 Locos each.
Oh.
And
so much sugar.
Oh, but so much like just arsenic in those things.
Dude.
Like they are battery acid.
Mm-hmm.
But and so she is trying to get plowed. Like she wants to fuck. She's literally sitting on my couch like fucking spread eagle, and then just like clawing the couch, like moaning. She was like, it was like freaking me out how horny she was. And so then I heard.
You're like, how old?
Huh?
And you're like, how old?
15. And I have like dead ass a hooker laying in my basement 5 feet away from me. And so then I'm like, I hear something upstairs. So I'm like, fuck, like we got to get her quiet. We got to put her in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So my friends take her in the bathroom. She apparently pulls their pants down and sucks both their dicks. And then so I'm like, okay, everything's fine. Like, come out. And like this, it was all consensual. Mm-hmm. She was like hammered. We were hammered too, but like she wanted to get fucked.
Yeah.
And so then she gets back in. She immediately straddles my other friend, just hops on top of him. And so she's like, let's go in the movie room. And so then they go in the movie room. And I was like, fuck, like, I don't want them fucking in there. So I'm like going to go in there. I'm going to sneak in. I'm just going to be like, stop. I don't know what I was thinking. And so me and my friend go in there and we're listening. And my friend is like sexy talking to her. He's like, you want this big dick? You want this big dick? You can have this big dick. And he's like, yeah, you want this big cock in your ass? And she's like, yeah. And then we're like, all right, done. Let's go. And then anyway, her friend ended up coming and her boyfriend dropped her off. That was a big mistake because then she fucked my friend immediately when she got inside. And then they left at like 4 a.m. But it was funny because we kept it entirely away from my parents. And we have these like 2 literal harlots in my basement just getting their brains blown out.
Wow.
By choice. It was all by choice.
Wow. I'm going to tell a story about one of the times that I got caught smoking whenever I was a youngin', because my dad is a avid stoner, or at least he was.
We know.
So he knows every trick in the book. You can't get past him with anything. Like one time I had an 1/8 in a medicine bottle in my Dr. Dre Beats case.
Yeah.
Somehow he fucking found it. Was pissed, but that's not what I'm talking about. Me, Trey, and Tyler. We were all over one night. Had to be freshmen in high school.
I think I heard about this actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're downstairs trying to put together a fucking blunt, like, because we could not do it for the life of us.
Yeah.
Trey somehow ends up getting it rolled. Shittiest blunt I've ever seen in my life, but it's like the first one.
It's
so
a blunt,
you don't
yeah.
know. It's the first one. So I didn't have any standards then. We go under the deck, because in the basement you can just walk outside under the deck. And dude, we start ripping it. We're like doing some weird ass like triangle or like star rotation. I don't know what the fuck we were doing. But I hit it, and I guess I got like a hit where it was just straight blunt wrap, or the weed was just hitting a little too hard.
Yeah.
I started uncontrollably coughing. And I couldn't fucking do anything about
sucks.
it. Mm-hmm. Couldn't do a damn thing about it. I'm coughing my ass off. It's loud as fuck. All of a sudden, I fucking look over inside because you can see through the glass, and the fucking stair light turns on. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And all I see is this big figure, and I knew it was my dad.
Oh.
And I see him, like, the shadow walking down the stairs, like, all pissed off. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, I think that's my dad. Like, we're fucked. And so we go inside. Well, Tyler fucking
dipped.
With shoes off, dipped. Like, ran around my house, tried to open the gate, and just hopped the fence and went home.
That's the pieces of shit we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trey, you know, he doesn't live, like, because Tyler lived right next to me.
Yeah.
Like 2 doors down, so he has no problem. Trey, on the other hand, you know, he's kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
So my dad gets downstairs, and he's looking at me. He's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Are you fucking kidding me, Hunter? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And I'm like, what? And he's like, don't fucking what me. And he, like, this is the only time my dad, like, got physical with me, but it wasn't, I wouldn't even consider it, like, super physical. He just, like, shoved me up against our pool table, and that was it. He was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And just made me feel like a complete piece of shit. And then he looks at Trey, and he's like, what would your dad say if he knew that you were doing this right now? Which is ironic because I've smoked with Trey's dad before.
Trey's
like, he does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
He was like, what would your football coaches think? And Trey's like, they wouldn't like it. And eventually, like, my parents bring me in their room, and they're like making me so upset, like making me feel so bad for smoking. Like, I started crying. I was like high as fuck, crying. Worst combination. I felt so bad because, like, my mom never really interjected, but this time she did, and she really made me feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Which, like, is understandable because I'm like 15.
Yeah.
But after that, Trey and I just sat in my room the rest of the night, high as fuck, playing 2K, and it was fun.
Isn't that the worst?
Dude? We went like triple overtime, and I won.
Oh shit!
Nah, but
That's a way to wrap up the night.
It was.
It's a highlight.
It was a better way to end up a night where I got caught.
But isn't that the worst talk with your parents? Like, really, the whole disappointed thing is way worse than being like, I'm mad at you. Why is that? Because it's a big thing.
I don't know. It's like,
I feel it's because they're coming after your character.
Exactly. It's like they raised us, so they expect us to be better than that.
Yeah.
And then you just feel like you're failing them.
Yeah, you just feel like a fucking scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
And then fast forward, I'm like smoking with my dad every time I go home.
Yeah, no. Well, shit changes when you get older. I'll remember, I'll never forget, like, my mom, she got me drinking when I was 15 or 16. I think 15. She got pissed as fuck. And then she caught me again when I was like 17, about to turn 18. She, like, I'll never forget it. Like, we were getting hammered, and we were in the basement, and I hear like a knock on the door because we have to keep our door locked. And I was like, "Fuck, she's down here." I got cool, and I was really good at acting sober. I was really good at it. And so she's like, "What are y'all doing down here?" I was like, "Nothing, just hanging out." Just like a dumb explanation. Like, you know, kids don't just hang out. And so, yeah, like, I mean, like, part of this is on the parents. What the fuck do you think we're doing at 10 p.m. on a Friday night?
Just fucking sitting there?
Yeah, dude. Like, we're gonna get hammered. But anyway, she's like, "Are you drunk?" And I was like, "No." "Yes." And then she was like, "Okay, well, just give me everyone's keys." And I was like, "What the fuck, bitch? This is the best thing ever."
Like, you would have maimed me.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
You get to that age, it's so nice. But I was thinking about this the other day, like, or last night when I watched Game of Thrones. You know, like, Corlys is the only black guy.
You mean House of Dragon?
House of Dragons, yeah. Corlys is like the only black guy.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, like, when the king announced that he was going to marry the other bitch instead of his daughter or whatever.
Had to be racist.
Well, yeah, that. But I was like, what if? Because, you know, he like sounds like super white. Like, he does not sound like he's black. Like, if you just took the
in
voice.
The books, they're all white.
Well, yeah, but, you know, he's black, and he sounds like he has a very white voice. Anyway, like, I'd expect him to be talking like Big Shaq. You know, the guy just 2 + 2 is 4. -1 is 3 quick mouths. Anyway, and so I was like imagining. I was like, what if when they got told that he wasn't gonna marry that girl, and you know how he was pissed, he just stood up and he just broke character. And he's like, "Bro, what?" I would say the N word, but I only got my N card in high school, so it's regional. It doesn't apply here.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, what? White boy, crock of ass? You not choosing my bitch? What the hell you talking about? Fuck wrong with you white people?" Like, that would have been just the funniest thing ever. If he just turned into, like, fucking Cat Williams and just, like, cooking everybody.
You a op now. You a op, bitch.
Yeah. He's like, "Fuck this shit." He lights a blunt and he just walks out of there. Or he just caps everyone with a Glock. But yeah, that was something funny.
Oh, well, he's Valyrian, actually. He's not Targaryen. But apparently they were explaining
I don't even know what
it.
these words mean.
Valyrian is, like, their thing, but it has Targaryen blood. Like,
Are they black?
like traces. No.
So he's the only black Valyrian guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I mean, that just doesn't make
Unless
sense
they,
to me.
like, make Valyria, like, a black thing. But I don't...
Like, I don't give a
I mean,
fuck.
his wife's white, you know?
Yeah, but, like, it just feels like I hate anything that's forced. And, like, it's not a racist thing, because if you had, like, a movie about the Ethiopian Empire, what's that, Musan Mansa or whatever, the richest guy in history.
And then it's Tom Cruise playing him.
Yeah. I'd be like, the fuck is this shit? You know? Like, they don't need to, like, force it to be a quota.
That's just how it is now. And the whole,
I know,
like,
it's so
wokeness.
fucking dumb. Like, they tried to make Ariel black, and I'm like, number one, Ariel's not even a good fucking princess. She's a mermaid in Atlantis, and she's enamored by a fork. You know how dumb you have to be to have that set of ideals?
It's like Annie. You know Annie?
Yeah.
The play?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now she's black.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, like, just make new black characters. Like, Tiana was the best fucking princess. She turns into a frog. She beats a literal witch from hell. She fucking marries a prince. Opens up her own restaurant. It's a story about capitalism.
I understand about being inclusive, but like sometimes it's a little too much.
Well, you can't just change things. Okay, another example. Black Panther. Probably the best superhero in the MCU. That movie was fucking amazing. That's all you need to do. Have a black character and do it well. You don't need to make Captain America black.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's not black. That's why. It's nothing about, I only want white people on the screen. That's not fucking true. I think that's gross too when that happens. But, like, if you're in...
Like, you need diversity, but do it right, basically.
Yeah. Like, if you're in feudal Japan and you're making a movie about samurais, you can't throw in a Native American in there and be like, he's the hero.
That's why I was talking about The Last Samurai.
Yeah, like, it's just, you're right, you know? And they did explain it, at least. Like, they explained that one. But, like, you know, man? And, like, black characters usually fare very well. It took a black character to be the one that kills all the heroes in the MCU, Thanos.
Well, he was, like, purple.
Same thing.
I guess so.
Some of, like, the deep Africans are, like, midnight purple. Like, so black they're purple.
Yeah, I mean, it's not racist. It's
just
just an observation.
It's just an observation, but it's just beautiful.
Like, you need moonlight if you want to see them.
You got to see the shadow to see the light.
You know what's interesting is I was reading up on this, like, research where they took this black guy. It was in, like, Germany or some place where they would do some weird shit like this. But they basically scientifically, methodically, like, took the melanin out of his skin, so he was white. Like, he wasn't black anymore.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
they, like, took the melanin out?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was so weird.
That is weird.
It just makes you think, like,
I wonder how he acted after that. Because he was like, like, you know, Dave Chappelle's, like, his white guy that he plays. What if he, like, started talking like this?
Hey there, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
white
dummy.
now.
He actually goes back to his family. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. Racial shit's building up in this country. It's crazy. We are a fucked country.
Dude, did you hear about China? The heat wave?
No. Heat wave.
Yeah, apparently there's, like, the biggest heat wave that has never been, like, nothing like this in climactic history has ever been like this. Like, the heat wave, it's constant. At night, it's like 95 degrees in this one part. And then during the day, it's almost 120 degrees. And, like, the third largest natural water river is, like, basically gone.
Fuck, man. Dude, I mean, everybody like, gets worked up about China. I really don't think China is a threat.
Why?
Their real estate, which is, like, their kind of apparatus of control in that country economically is like collapsing in and of it on itself.
Yeah, but that's gonna fuck up the whole world.
Not really. Not real estate.
I mean, the heat wave is supposed to fuck up the whole world.
Whatever. But what I think it might be, because it's hitting China. China has so much fucking pollution.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a amplified greenhouse effect, probably. Is that unreasonable?
No, but what they're saying is that expect shortages in certain things because we depend on China for a lot.
That's true. But they also do they had I think it was in Beijing, like 2 or 3 months ago, they wouldn't let people out of their apartment because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Like people were literally you had bitches screaming out of their window.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there was just they didn't do anything.
It's so depressing.
And people would end up eating that. Now they already do this. People would end up eating their dog. So I'm sure it's that seems like a sacrifice to us. Mm-hmm. To them, probably not so much. But they would jump out of the windows.
They didn't have food.
Yeah, because they couldn't leave their apartment, and so the government said we're gonna run food, but it's the government, so it's shit. So,
especially the Chinese government. Who killed everybody who was first involved with COVID.
Yeah. So the
doctor that came out and was this is serious, and y'all need to watch out. He never.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, no, I don't think they killed him. I think it was a she. She just never talked again. They told her to hush the fuck up.
They probably fucking killed him. Knowing them.
We never know. I mean, we do it here. What's the difference here? We kill people all the time.
Yeah, but they just don't give a singular fuck, and they're open about it.
So it's better to just do it in secrecy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In many ways.
You're a good citizen. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're that big of a threat, honestly. I think it's a lot of hysteria.
To distract behind what's actually going on.
To distract.
That's why, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate being the number one talked about thing about how, all of his social media was, kicked off. I saw this, comment, and it was, it really shows you how strong and powerful the media is, that this is the only thing getting recognition.
Fuck yeah, man.
And then another guy was what are they trying to cover up this time so that people, turn the blind eye?
You know what they covered up? Harvey Weinstein got a appeal for a rape case in New York. Nothing.
Really?
Nothing talked about. So you're back. They're back in. We're back to square one. They just said, shut your little pig mouth up for a couple of years, and we'll get it resolved. The same thing will happen with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
It already kind of has.
Dude, I've been watching. So at the still place, we'll either listen to country music or true crime. And we've been binging the fuck out of this one YouTube channel. It's called Explore With Us. They'll sit down and do interrogation breakdowns and stuff like that. But this one was about in Mexico. There was this family who was very well off, very rich. They had a mansion. They were very close knit with the political elites. And they had this daughter who had some sort of condition to where she couldn't even walk by herself. Everything had to be done for her, bathing, eating even. I don't know. It was some weird condition. All of a sudden, she comes up dead. The police investigate. Can't find her body. No sign of forced entry. They're what the fuck is going on? So they're it never... The whole family basically brushed it off, didn't want to talk about it, acted very strange after. Nothing ever came from it until months later. She was found in between her bed frame. And the official report is that she died from asphyxiation. And throughout that whole time, there were investigators walking in and out of the room. Like, people were like, how could you not find her? How did you not even smell her?
A fucking rotting corpse.
And so that was the official report, was death by asphyxiation. And it just made people outraged. The whole Mexican community was outraged because it was this sweet little girl who never did anything wrong. They first claimed that she could have, like, ran away, but she can't even walk. So it makes no sense.
Yeah. So they think the parents killed her?
Yeah, and so with their very strong ties to the government, basically got it covered up.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can do that there. Because the cartel's the government. And so if you have enough money, you just say, hey, shh.
Dude, the cartel is, like, in itself a whole other thing. It's, like, so fucked up to the point where you have people in Mexico desperate for work, trying to feed their families, and they get wrapped up in it, and they're doing all this illegal shit, like driving across the border, and one little fuck up and they're dead.
Yeah, but I also think I would move to Mexico.
Would you?
Yes. Because America's a great place to make money, but it is not a great place to use money. And I feel like so let's say, okay, the state, this is in a book called The Anatomy of the State by, I believe, Rothbard. And the premise of the book is essentially that any government, the state in and of itself, is indistinguishable from a criminal organization. Now, crime has a stigma behind it. Oh, crime bad. Same with the word corruption. But in all reality, it's just a band of people together who have a monopoly on violence. Mm-hmm. You know, like, think of if you want to kill someone legally, what's the only way for you to do it?
What do you mean? Oh, like get a hit? Or what do you mean?
No, the only way for you, like, if you want to go kill somebody, to legally kill someone, is to have a job in the government, be a cop, be in the military or whatever.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
they have a monopoly on the violence. They're the only people who are able to use violence.
You're saying, like, not premeditated.
No, not premeditated. I'm not talking about murder. I'm just talking about, like, you want to kill people.
Yeah.
Okay? And so, like any criminal organization, there's a barrier of entry to be able to sit at the table. And so in America, that barrier of entry is very high. You have to be a billionaire or have the power equivalent to that of a billionaire, like the Bushes, you know. I don't know if they're billionaires, but their power is worth multi-billions. And
The old
boy. But in America, that barrier of entry is very large. In Mexico, it's very small. You can go to Mexico with 50 mil and be like a king.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you rule the law at that point. You have a seat at the table.
I see what you're meaning, because going to Mexico and, like, getting pulled over for speeding or some stupid traffic violation, it's not like, oh, appear in court. It's like,
pay up.
Give me like $100 and you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you have enough money, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Because then you can, like, in America, like, doesn't really matter. Even Nancy Pelosi's husband's getting snatched for fucking DUI.
Really?
Even someone of that caliber. You have to still obey the rules to some extent.
That's good.
I don't like to obey the rules.
Another example, Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't cover that shit up.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with that.
I mean, they tried.
If you can't, as a president, if you have put 70 years into your political career, no, it's been 50. It's been 50 years into your political career, and you can't send your son to the Ukraine to sit on a board of billionaire oil producers and beat the shit out of whores and fuck strippers and do cocaine and crack and meth and all that shit, and then video it and put it on your laptop. What's the point of having a country? You know what I'm saying? If you can't even do that, what's the point of even wanting anything? Mm-hmm. I don't see why you'd want to have a lot of money unless you can tell your son, hey, go spread your seed and do a lot of speed.
Bars.
I'm being facetious, of course. But, there is something to be said for...
Because the whole thing with, like, his computer is that apparently at first they were going to deny it. Or I think they did deny it, right?
Deny what?
Like, all of his shit on his computer, like the emails and
maybe,
shit.
but I don't even think they denied it.
I don't think they denied it, but I saw something about how they were the ones that put it out there before anybody else could. They were like ahead of the... Just had to get ahead of the story.
Mitigate the damage?
Yeah. Because they already knew it was going to come out and be a big thing, so they felt they had to be the ones to push it out there.
Okay.
So that it's less severe, I guess.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, now they're making a movie about it.
Really?
You seen that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's either Breitbart or Daily Wire. It's got that Gina Carano bitch on it.
Really?
Yeah, the one who got canceled for saying that we live in a country that's like Nazi Germany. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she would say that.
I don't know. It's like that fucking soccer bitch on the USA team.
Oh no, that's a different side of the spectrum. Gina Carano is like canceled because she's right wing. Alex Repo or whatever. She's like a social justice philosopher now, because apparently if you can kick a ball into a goal, you know a lot about the wealth gap.
And you can change the world.
Yeah, you can speak on racial inequality. Being a white lesbian who plays professional sports on the biggest stage in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't have an opinion on it.
I don't either.
You don't?
No. I think she's great.
Okay.
I think she's doing the world good.
I think so too.
Her purpose is like really showing now. Mm-hmm.
Who's more qualified to speak about politics, which is essentially what everyone in the country should obey, broad sweepingly, than a lesbian white soccer player?
That's the best one. I mean, if she was black, it would be even better.
True.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Amber Heard, get in the movie. Get in the movie.
I think she will be.
I would hope so. She should be Hunter Biden's wife, who was his dead brother's wife.
Oh,
because that's a really sweet romantic story.
Send that out to the networks.
Should.
I'm sure they would really appreciate that.
But
idea.
you know that story, right?
What?
He married. I don't know if he married. He definitely had sex with his dead brother's wife.
No, I don't really keep up with him.
I do. I'm a big fan. Mm-hmm. And he makes paintings.
You got his autograph?
I wish. Yeah. I want to buy a painting. Yeah, I don't know why people would say this, but art has been used as a funnel for money for a long time. Money laundering.
Yeah.
Because you can paint a picture.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you want to sell it to like a foreign billionaire to do you a favor, they can be like, yeah, I'll pay you $1 billion and then I'll do this favor for you.
Also,
but I bet Hunter Biden has nothing to do with that.
Oh, no. He's a good boy. Like, they just... Jesus. You know what they did, though? They hired a double who looks exactly like him to do all that coke, all that meth.
Exactly.
Like, he wouldn't do that.
It's just Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Trying to stir the pot.
But what that reminded me of was Mattress Firms, too. Mm-hmm. Dude, if you look... I forget where it is, but... I don't know.
No, I know what you're talking about.
They're all over the fucking place.
And like within a 0.1 mile radius of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is buying that many mattresses?
No, and it's always Italians owning it. Or Jews.
And they're always like fucking... They're either money laundering or they're sex trafficking. Have you ever seen like sex trafficking on Amazon?
No.
Dude, there will be like a fucking chair for $2,000.
Are you talking about Wayfair?
It may be, but I've seen that they have done it on Amazon too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I know they do it on Wayfair.
I think it's more on Wayfair.
Because I'm going to lose my mind.
It's like a damn circus out there.
It's Super Smash Bros. I'm about to go play. But, yeah, no, on Wayfair, they would have like a little like toy, kid's toy, named like Amelia. And it'd be like priced at like $5,000.
Yeah.
And then like they would go, and now this is like, obviously this can be a coincidence or whatever, but there'd be like a missing kid in like South Africa named Amelia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's fucked, dude.
Weird.
There's not really like a trace. It's like you buy the chair or whatever, and I don't know. It's like a very specific ring of elites that are doing that shit.
Well, I don't really think pedophiles exist.
No?
No, I've seen no proof, especially here.
No, like Pizzagate, like they're just fucking eating pizza.
It's just fucking right-wing people
Yeah.
being crazy.
Like always, man.
Crazy. But you want to wrap it up here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Again, Platinum Nugget Studios, YouTube, bar_talk, TikTok.
Check out my music too, Def Left, all platforms. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Let's get it.
That's all, baby. See ya.
Take it easy.